Jordan McCants, third-round pick in 2021, drafted in July out of Pensacola. Congratulations, man. What have the last couple of months been like for you?
First, I just want to thank God for everything. He's the head of my life. And just these past couple of months, I've been an experience. Getting out, living by myself, just being around people who also love the game as much as me, learning a lot. And it's been an awesome experience.
Bit of a shock, huh? Go from high school ball,
yeah.
Mom and Dad ain't cooking dinner anymore,
yeah.
and you're in Jupiter.
Yeah.
What's that been like?
Has its ups and downs. How baseball is. It's a game of failure. But I learned to adjust and just learn from the managers, and the players are good teammates, good friends. So it's been great.
How old were you when you first asked your parents, why is my last name McCants and not McCann?
Probably about middle school. I would say, why is it that it's an S instead of just McCant? Because a lot of people would say Jordan McCant. Oh. So I was like, nah, it's McCants with an S, and also don't forget the 2 C's. And actually the middle, or the first C is actually small, and the second C is big.
That looks good on the back of a jersey.
Yeah.
Small C, big C.
That's how it is.
Growing up in the Panhandle, what was life like growing up in Pensacola?
All my family's down there in like one neighborhood. So it's like a huge community of my family and support. I rarely got into like the city of Pensacola. It was like, I'm from Quintet, Florida.
Okay.
It's a small town in Pensacola. Growing up there, it was just like all family. We'd go to a cousin's house, walk everywhere. Walk to the park, walk to my grandmother's house for frozen cups and stuff. So it was just being in that neighborhood all the time.
And why baseball? Why was it always a passion? At what point were you like, this is my sport and I'm going after it? Going
into high school, I set a goal. I said like I want to be a major leaguer. It's not like I didn't want to just get drafted. I told my dad, I was like, I want to be a big leaguer. Win a lot of championships, go out there and compete. And I just felt like I could do that in baseball. I had a good chance in baseball. Being an athlete, you can play basketball and football, but being an athlete on a baseball field, you kind of stand out a little more.
Rumor has it, now tell me if I'm wrong, that once you get to AA Pensacola, you're staying home. You don't want to go to the big leagues. You just want to play at home forever. True or not true?
Not true. Not true. I love Pensacola. I love Pensacola. I love the people there, but
you'd be willing to play in Miami, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm definitely willing to play in Miami.
Now, listen, you're going to have a lot of people when you get to AA back home. You might fill out the ballpark. Beautiful ballpark, by the way.
Oh yeah, first game is definitely going to be sold out crowd, a standing ovation.
You getting a standing home?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like every time I go home, it's like. Ever since I've been home, since I've been drafted, everywhere I go, taking pictures, signing autographs, and actually being people who look up to me and stuff. So it's like they can't wait until I get back to Pensacola, and I'm anxious for it. I'm ready.
How weird is that? How old are you now?
19.
19. People look up to you, want your autograph, they want to take pictures with you. Maybe a few people do that a couple of years ago, but collect your first paycheck, you're a professional baseball player, and now people want to take your picture and get an autograph. What's that like?
It's an amazing experience knowing that you can be somebody that somebody else looks up to, because I've always looked up to people around my age too, like my older brother. I've always looked up to him. I always wanted to be better than him. With all of my cousins, we're playing in the backyard and competing. They made me, better just by I was the youngest. So they never took it easy on me. I had to go out there and compete just as hard, and it kind of taught me lessons looking up to people like that.
You said you want to be somebody. Who do you want to be? Who's Jordan McCants?
That guy who's gonna go out there, give his all. Always have a smile on his face. It's just have fun. I've been taught that since I was 4 years old. Go out there and play t-ball. It's the same thing. Just go out there and have fun.
If I'm watching you ball on the field, you look like anybody? Anybody you idolized growing up? That guy's got a little bit of blank in him.
My favorite player growing up was always Robinson Cano. I didn't fill out as much as he did, but just the smooth aspect of the game. Always being like a chill, silky smooth fielder and stuff. People would say that you kind of have that feel like Cano. Especially with me being a second baseman.
He's got one of the sweetest swings in the game.
Yeah.
You got a good one?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I'm working on it every day right now, so trying to get it better down here.
Hanging out with your brother when you were younger? Cousins? Brother plays at Ole Miss. You better than your brother? You give him a hard time?
Oh, I get asked this question a lot. You know, we don't like to say, you know, who's better. You know, we both, you know, we love the game so much. We both play very passionate, but he has his goods, I have my goods, and you know, he has his bads, I have my bads. But overall, we just love playing.
I'm sure you get it a lot, but how much did the two of you push one another growing up?
Every day.
Yeah?
In everything. It wasn't just baseball. It was life. Like
video games?
Like everything.
Everything.
Like, I'm talking about, we would play ping pong, and ping pong eventually being like getting a piece of paper and turning it into a big tournament with all my cousins and my brothers and my dad. We always pushed each other to be the best at whatever we done.
In the last couple of months, ever scared you made the wrong decision? You could have gone on and played big time college baseball. Ever scared? Ever for a second did you think, boy, did I make the right decision?
No, it was, you know, for a second, it was like when I first got down there, it was, you know, had to get adjusted to the, you know, always by myself, you know, and then going through slumps in baseball, you know, trying to get through those days, and, you know, kind of got homesick a little bit in the rookie ball. But I never once thought that I made a mistake, because every day I went out there, I learned something new about baseball, and also getting to play the game that I love every day. I didn't have a problem with it.
It can be humbling. 19 years old,
very.
On the backfields in Jupiter, early in the morning. We hear a lot, guys that are all-stars in high school, great players in college. All of a sudden you play professional baseball and everybody's just as good as you. And it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. How confident are you in your abilities?
I think my confidence is what plays a big key in just going out there on a professional field or any field. You know, and that played a big role growing up, you know, just having that confidence when players were older than me, you know, growing up, you know, it just led on to now, you know, having that, I call it the Mamba mentality.
Yeah?
Yeah, so.
Who's your hero?
Kobe Bryant.
Is he?
Yes.
Why?
As I watch sports, you know, I like seeing players off the field as well, or off the court, and that just makes them idols, like, you know, role models, you know, what you do, you know, off. You know, like, it's certain players wouldn't do what he did all his life. And also, one of my other heroes would definitely be both of my parents and all of my grandparents. I'm also truly blessed to have, you know, both sides. My mom and my dad, both grandparents are still alive, and my great grandmother is still alive. So, you know, they all just pushed me to the limit and never let me give up at anything. To this day, I still never quit in anything.
How often do you dream about stepping into the batter's box at Lone Depot Park for the first time and making a major league debut?
I dreamed about that every day. Coming out here to the player development camp, every day I step on the field, I get chills.
Don't take it for granted then.
Never. Like, I get chills and I look up and I can just see, like, I don't know what it is. I see people that's like shouting and screaming, and it's just, I can't wait.
How do you envision your first hit going? You just gonna lay down a bunt? You gonna hit one out of the ballpark?
I'm gonna call it right now, just so when it happens, you'll be like, this interview just said.
Let's make sure they're rolling.
It's either gonna be a bunt down third, or it's gonna be a single between short and third base.
They all look like a line drive in the box score.
Yep.
Jordan, if I ask you right now, you're gonna be what type of ball player in a decade? 10 years from now, your answer is what?
I'm gonna be a ball player with a lot of rings on a team that's won at least 1 or 2 championships.
My man, thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this.